Okay, it's going to be a simple one recording of me just reading stuff. So, if you recall at the end of the last recording, I said that I looked through all of the LMU files in the game's directory, and none of them, a lot of them contained text, English text, and that text, you could see this if you opened it in a text editor like Notepad++. And that text it literally was, dialogue that you experience in chapter 1 of the game. And it seemed to be organized like the conversation, organized by location. So the map file, which would be a .lmu file, for each location that you could be in the game, contained the conversations that could occur in that location. And then I said at the end that I did not find the free time events, though. Well, I figured, though, after I finished that recording, that in order for the free time events to appear on screen, that text to appear on screen, that text must be stored in the game's files somewhere, because it's in the game. And I would presume that it's stored in the same format as the conversation text that's part of the story. So it's got to be somewhere in a way that I can also look at in the same way. But I opened all of the map files, or the .lmu files, in Notepad++ at the same time, and then do a find on all open files for a selected piece or little phrase from one of Maki's free time events. And it didn't show up anywhere in any of those files. Then I just decided to try opening all the other types of files. And in rpg_rt.ldb, the LDB file, I found the free time events. Then since I found the free time events, I could check and see if the translators for the Chapter 1 demo build just translated the free time events that you could encounter in Chapter 1, or they translated all of the free time events for all the characters that were possible, period. And I found that they did not translate Yamato Kisaragi's free time events whatsoever. There's like a place for them. There's an ENG_FTE Yamato. So if you search his name on the LDB file, you do find something. But it appears that all of his free time events are like cut out of the file. Not like, and if not, just not translated. But it looks like there's not enough volume of Korean text here to encompass all of his free time events. So they did not translate his free time events. But every other character, yes, they translated all of the free time events for that character, and not just the ones that you can encounter in Chapter 1. So I went through this LDB file, and I copied and pasted the free time event text into this LibreOffice Writer file, and it's interlaced with a bunch of syntactical stuff for RPG Maker. So I just went through and I cut out all the syntactical stuff to make it easier to read, which was kind of a long process and kind of annoying, but I think I finished, for not all of the free time events, but the ones that I did not get a chance to read in the Chapter 1 demo build. So these are all like the 4th and later free time events for each character. So I'll go through and read them all. And there's a little complication with Ray Mikaru. We'll talk about it when we get there. So, but before I do that, I'm going to have to chug 8 ounces of colonoscopy ball prep and then unpause. I'm going to do that a lot during this recording. I might not necessarily say it every time I do it. So it might be some weird micro cuts because I'm trying to get all this stuff down. Okay, finish my chug of Satan's urine. Okay. So Kane's number 4. I say I call it number 4. you have to do your first free time event with the Kane. So I call it Akane number 1. And then you have 2 that you can do in chapter 1. And I try to do a third one in chapter 1 that I choose, which I guess will be a 4th one total. And she snubbed me. And that might be because you may not, just guessing from the content of this free time event, that might be because you have to go to someone else's room besides Akane's room first before you can unlock this free time event, because this is building off of the context of the knowledge that the rooms are personalized and there's artifacts about each person's super high school level talent in their room. And this is kind of building off of this conversation with Akane and her 4th free time event is kind of building off that. So that's my working hypothesis. I don't know if that's true though, because I haven't been able to dig through the logic of the game. So I don't know for certain. That's just a guess. Okay. Hey Yuki, is it okay if I make a sudden request? What is it? I want to go to your room. It's really also sudden. May I? It's not that you can't. There just isn't a lot to appreciate about it. Why? I'm just super curious. Did you know, Yuki, our rooms are decorated appropriately for each of our individual talents? Oh, really? I found out from hanging out at other friends. For example, that might be other friends' rooms and maybe made a copy and paste error. I tried to keep everything exactly the same as it was, even stuff that even to me looked like a grammatical error. So I didn't copy edit or proofread it. But I myself could make mistakes in my extraction. So that is technically proper grammar, though. You can actually do that in English where you go other friends and the rooms is implied. So may not necessarily have to have rooms in that sentence. I found out from hanging out at other friends. For example, my room is decorated with statues and paintings like a luxury mansion. I expected everyone else's room to be the same, but it wasn't. You are the lucky student, right? I want to know what your room looks like. But there really isn't much. Thinking back, thought is my way of specifying, so thought here is my way of specifying like first person narration. So this is not speaking, this is Yuki narrating. Thinking back, Akane has also shown a lot of interest towards peculiar things like this. It's hard to refuse a request from someone whose eyes sparkle with curiosity like her. I get it. Let's go. The room is really nothing much, though. Yay, let's go. I brought Akane to my room. This is my room. Wow, it looks really plain. I was expecting a slot machine or something else related to luck. So, another comment here. Usually in this document, I try to, combine these. Because the reason why it shows up, why you get 2 bracketed names in a row there, is because when you actually load the file into the game, you have to, it's 2 separate text boxes worth, because you're not going to be able to fit the whole text of what that character is saying at once in one text box. But sometimes I forgot. But I wanted to get rid of those, and sometimes I forgot to get rid of them. Anyway, so just keep in mind that some of these are going to take multiple text boxes when you read them in game. I just consolidated for my notes. That would belong more to a super high school level gambler than the super high school level lucky student, don't you think? Well, the syntactical stuff had extra commas in it. Still, it has the atmosphere of an actual room. It feels like a good place to live in. Really? I thought my room was kind of dull, since I don't have anything special. Yuki, do you hate being ordinary? Hate? Not really. Maybe it's more that I prefer being special and capable over being average. You could say I admire it. To take you as an example, you're a nationally famed maid. You're capable, you look good. It's as if you are on a whole new level. I would have written that another level, but that's what these translators chose as new level. But I want to be ordinary. Huh? So you're gonna see huh a lot in these free time events, and I'm guessing that in Korean that's wa, like one syllable wa. But I'm gonna still read it as hun when I read this, but I guess I'm assuming it's a rendering by the translators of wa. Everyone around the world believes in rumors that I am an incredibly modest, polite, and flawless beauty. At times, it feels like my real identity will be lost forever. Rather than letting something like that happen, I think I would prefer to live a life without fame. Living a normal life, going to a normal school, making normal friends. Those are what I wish for. Akane? If my parents didn't pass away when I was a child and took care of me, perhaps I... sorry, Yuki. We weren't going to talk about depressing things. No, it's fine. On that note, this place is somewhat comforting. We might be locked in a scary situation, but I am allowed to be myself around here. And to you, Yuki, I can be more. Huh? Nothing. It's really nothing. Anyways, since I happen to be in your room, can I hang out a bit more? Yeah, of course. I don't know what to do here, though. Akane, you had that kind of concern inside you. Thought you were always infallibly bright, but I never knew you had times you were worried and trembled all alone. I'll look after you from now on. And I think that line doesn't really make sense after Chapter 3, because Chapter 3, Akane goes crazy and does not... She definitely showed that she is not infallibly bright at that point. But I presume you can still get this free time event after Chapter 3. Not presume, I know you can, because I did. In the game itself. Akane and I casually talked for a while, then parted. And then Akane actually is a 5th free time event you can get beyond this. So this is Akane Taira number 5. Is today going to end up like any other day? When will we ever escape this place? I get you. It has already been several days. Are we going to end up living here forever? Am I going to grow old and die here? Well, you will die here, but you won't be old. Calm down, Akane. That won't ever happen. I am sure we will escape. Someday. Yuki, you're right. I shouldn't be losing hope. It's funny, because together they don't escape. Oh, right. To change the mood for good, I want to repay your favor from last time. Favor? Yes, you showed me your room, which means it's my turn. Don't you want to have a look at my room? Wah! Your room? Yep, we talk with each other often. It would be quite noisy for us to keep chatting in public. I think it would be better if we moved somewhere private. Private? No, don't take it weirdly. This should probably be Akane. I'll fix it on the fly. There's going to be a few mistakes in here, as usual. I say I make so many mistakes. Okay. Thoughts. She means literally chatting in private. Akane is quite innocent, after all. Never mind. It was thoughts. I remember now. Yeah. That's awkward. No, I'm correcting myself. I don't need to. Do you not want to? I just wanted to repay the favor. No, I didn't mean that. Actually, I wanted to see your room too. Or maybe not. Really? Great! Feel free to come. And there is something I want to tell you. This way. She has something to tell me? I wonder what that is. I'm starting to feel a bit nervous now that I'm actually heading to a girl's room. Akane will definitely get angry if I pull out now, right? Which is why I decided to oblige and follow her. Welcome home, Master. Would you like a cup of black tea? Huh? Master, what are you saying? It's a joke. My room's decorated like a millionaire's mansion, so my old habits tend to come back. Everything's a replica, though. We'd have to go to the kitchen to actually have black tea. Please, don't keep scaring me like this. Oh, right. Didn't you say you had something to tell me? Yes. I would be embarrassed if anyone else heard me. So, is there anyone you like, Yuki? Huh? Someone I like? I don't really know. But I've had a few secret crushes before. I've never had a girlfriend, though. Excuse me. I'm gonna pause here. Not that. I'm talking about right now. I don't know. Why are you asking all of a sudden? Well, you see, there is someone I am interested in. I thought consulting a guy might be helpful. What? A person at Kane is interested in? Damn, I don't know who it is, but I'm sure as hell jealous. Well, I'm not sure if I can give you anything useful. You're the only person I can ask. I can't ask people outside here, and out of all the guys here, you're the closest guy I know. Who is it? The person you're interested in? No. I can't tell you. I'd be embarrassed to death. I would probably translate that as I would die of embarrassment. That's like a more common way to say that, but it doesn't nitpick. Oh, okay, I understand. But what do you want me to do? For now, I will ask you several questions. Guys, do they hate it when girls ask them out first? And I can answer this question. There are a few weirdos who might feel kind of emasculated or feel like it's a trap. However, by and large, the vast majority are like, heck yeah! Ask me out! Do it! I'm one of those. No, it may differ from person to person, but I'm sure anyone would be on cloud nine if a girl like you asked him out. Really? Including you? Oh, why am I suddenly part of this? Well, if it were me, then I wouldn't hate. Next question. Say I asked that person out. Do you think I will succeed? Like I said, I doubt any guy would hate it. I'd even say success is guaranteed for you. Really? Yuki, what do you think? What? Me? Why? Why do you keep asking me? Because I was eager to learn your reactions. Don't think too hard about it. Oh. I can't say this out loud. If it were me, I would rather ask you out first. So he can't say it out loud. Hooray! Why are you hooraying out of nowhere? Don't assume every single guy out there will think like me, Akane. Sorry, that was a lot of help. Thank you, Yuki. Damn it. Honestly speaking, I'm envious to death of the guy Akane is interested in. I can't stop being jealous. By the way, I don't know if that guy is among us or outside of the school, but in the end, isn't it meaningless if we don't escape from here? Yeah, but, it's not a bad thing to like someone, but I don't think this is the best time for romance. I have to because of where we are now. Huh? Me and him. Both of us are in a situation where people can die any time. We don't even know if we'll survive. I don't need to go out with him. Even if I were to get rejected, I will be fine. However, at the very least, I want to confess my true feelings. Whether it be him or me. If we die, our feelings will die with us. It'll be lost forever. I see. This is something different than just confessing one's love. We may die before we escape. Some friends have already died like that. I'm sorry, Yuki. I keep bringing up these depressing topics. No, it's fine. What's more important is that your crush is one of us? You said something on the line of both of us can die any time. Huh? Plus, you invited me to your room to ask me all kinds of reactions. Now I get it. I know who you're interested in. Huh? Wait a second, please. Holy crap, Akane. I didn't know you liked... Wait for just a sec, Yuki. A guy who shares a lot of characteristics with me. If there's a guy like that among us, he's the prime suspect. And I don't know if Yuki is being like an idiot Or, like, I don't know what tone of voice I would say that line. 'Cause I don't know if he's being an absolute idiot, or he's being, like, saying it, oh, you like me in a certain kind of weird, passive way. That's like, as a joke. You idiot! Baka! Akane, what's wrong? You don't have to know. You're an idiot. Why is she angry all of a sudden? Was I too inquisitive? Damn, I gotta apologize later. Afterward, I had a conversation as usual with the somewhat calmed down Akane. She even brought me a cup of black tea from the kitchen herself. No doubt she is the super high school level maid. It was excellent. I am yet to know, though, who's the guy Akane is interested in. Couldn't it be me? No, Akane specifically called me her friend. Let's not make shameful memories by being delusional. Speaking of Akane, she did mention before I wasn't an unfamiliar figure to her. I feel the same somehow. Aside from her prettiness, there seems to be something about Akane that makes me feel at ease when I'm with her. I hope our situation doesn't get in the way of Akane and my friendship. Thinking along those lines, I could palpably feel Akane's kindness. I feel a deep bond with Akane. I can sense that we became close from the bottom of our heart. I left Akane's room after saying goodbye. Okay, so then we have Kanata Inori, her fourth free time event. I'm just going in the order that they appear in that whatever file that is, the LDB file. So that's what's determining this order. It's not death order or anything like I did the free time events in game last recording. Okay, Yuki, are you free? What's up, Kanata? So could you please come to my room for a moment? Huh? What the? Such an abrupt invitation to her room. Is there something she wants to share with me in secrecy? I could have never expected Kanata to say something like this. Please come by, Yuki. Make sure to come alone and not bring anyone else along. I will get going and prepare the room before you visit me. Kanata? Kanata ran towards her room with her cheeks flushed red. What's going on? What does she mean by preparing her room for me? Ah, you're here, Yuki. What's going on, Kanata? Why did you invite me to your room so suddenly? Yuki, I would like you to please take off your clothes and lie down on the bed. What? My head has gone blank. Take off my clothes, she said, and lie on the bed? Such bold commands from Kanata to, of all people, made me so dumbfounded that I couldn't move. Well, to be precise, it's more that I couldn't move. Yuki, your face is getting red. Are you feeling unwell? No. I'm very well, thank you very much. Anyone would get flustered when you are told to take off your clothes. Ah, is that so? My apologies. I haven't told you why I called you into my room yet. You are a dear friend of mine, and certainly someone who wouldn't even murder anyone. This is why I believe in you and ask you to come visit my room alone. Really? Thanks, Kanata. In that case, I still can't figure out the correlation between what she said and why I am being told to lie on the bed. Wait a second, this feels like a scenario in certain mangas. If something like that could have happened to me, no, I shouldn't be expecting stupid things like that. I don't know what mangas Yuki's referring to, so I guess I just would have to use my imagination. Yuki, the reason I called you here... Kanata is coming closer. Am I dreaming? This is getting dangerous. I left some syntax here by accident. Is to do a routine health checkup in my room. I really wanted to do this for you. Please lie down. And it's really contrived, right? Because it doesn't make any sense that she would not lead with that. So, this is not necessarily good writing. They went for the shock value over the character actually making sense. A routine checkup? What the heck did I expect? I'm so ashamed. How could I misinterpret Kanata's favor in that kind of way? I really am the worst. Yuki, why are you in despair? It's nothing, Kanata. Do I need to take off all my clothes, though? No, just taking off your top half is fine. All right, I am in your capable hands. I lay down on the bed after taking off my clothes one by one and folding them nicely. I'm sorry, Kanata, for misunderstanding your intention. You never meant something like that. Sorry. Anyways, the fact that I am lying on the bed Kanata sleeps in every day makes me quite nervous. I could smell an ever so slightly sweet scent, completely distinct from my bed's. Kanata's eyes excitedly scan my body as I lay still. She then used a stethoscope to listen to my chest, followed by pressing various parts of my body. She ended the checkup by measuring my blood pressure. I wonder where the she got all of the tools from. We know that the health room does actually eventually open up, but you could probably get this free time event in chapter 2 before the health room opened up. If the health room is opened up, that line kind of doesn't make sense, does it? Because we know where she would have gotten the tools from. There isn't anything wrong with your body. I wish there were machines or instruments for more precise tests, though. What, like the LMRI? Or the atom? But Yuki, it seems like you haven't exercised much. Your muscles aren't all that developed. I recommend you find ways to exercise indoors. Furthermore, your body is stiff from excess stress. Please do light stretches to relax and alleviate your fatigue. Is there anything obviously wrong? My body's okay, I guess. If there isn't anything obviously wrong, my body is okay, I guess. This is getting a bit, sorry, I forgot to tell myself to stop. No need to say sorry. You did it because you cared about my health. What made you suddenly do a health checkup, though? Yuki, I was unable to revive our deceased classmates. I was unable to save those who were pressured to murder by their own burdens. I couldn't do anything for them, despite being a surgeon. When you helped me come to a realization last time we talked, that my thoughts alone can help. Which is why I want to devote myself to treating everyone who's still with me. That is why I started health checkups with the person I am closest to, you, Yuki. Because I am a surgeon, you see. Me? I think I can help everyone with my knowledge. If I can let everyone know how I feel about my patients, then maybe the murders will stop. Perhaps. By doing routine health checkups and counseling other classmates' emotional distress, anxiety, and fatigue, I can heal them from their burdens. That's my thought. So, Yuki, do you feel better now? To be honest, it was a health checkup out of left field. However, Kanata has resolved to do this for the sake of me and the others. Her considerate thoughts are a relief from Monokuma's omnipresent despair. I feel like I can endure despair just a little bit longer, thanks to her. Thanks, Kanata. I feel much better. Kanata, you really are an angel. You are embarrassing me, Yuki. Alright, I will start to do routine checkups for everyone from today. If you don't mind, could you please help me out a little, Yuki? There is no reason to say no. I promised to Kanata that I'd help her whenever I can with a pinky promise. Kanata has managed to mature into an even better person here. Kanata of now, who has devoted herself in care of all of us, shone before me like an angel. I have no doubt that she will become a doctor equal to her father someday. I feel a deep bond with Kanata. I can sense that we became close from the bottom of our heart. After saying our farewells, I exited her room in a serene mood. Okay, next we have Haruhiko Kobashikawa, number 4. Yuki, I need to talk to you. Why do you sound so serious? You almost scared me, Haru. What do you say? I can be serious too, you know. This place looks a bit inappropriate for this talk, though. All right, come over to my room. What, your room? Anyway, you better come. I got something to tell you. See you soon. With that, Haru hurriedly ran to his room. What's he calling me for? It doesn't sound like anything about girls. I guess I should follow him. I know there's something wrong when you want to have a serious talk. What's going on? Well, Yuki, I'm saying this because it's you. I really don't like bringing it up, or even thinking about it in my head. Haru's face looked unusually dark. I wonder what brought him to be so down like that. So, what's the matter? I'm guilty. Hold on, guilty? There's no way you can commit any kind of crime. You're not that type. Of killing Kyoka. Kyoka, why are you talking about her all of a sudden? You didn't kill her. Mitch was the one who... If I was the direct killer, I'd have been a dead man a long time ago. But it's not like that. The switched nameplates. It was my fault. Indirect or not, I contributed to her murder. That's what Tsurugi said in the class trial. She wouldn't have gotten the note if I didn't make that mistake. She wouldn't have had to die to a freaking hammer in the laundry room. Calm down, Haru. If Kyoka didn't get the note, Tsurugi would have. Nothing changes from that. He's the super high school level police officer. He might have known how to handle those threats. But Kyoka, she's just a normal girl that was good at shooting. I feel bad for Haru to see him so distressed like this. After all, he might have indirectly caused the first murder to happen. The guilt must be weighing on him. Every time I see Kyoka's dead body in my dream, then she stands up saying I'm the one who killed her, and she strikes me dead with a hammer. What should I do, Yuki? I know I deserve this nightmare for killing Kyoka, but it's so excruciating. I've been trying to distract myself by pretending to be bright and talking about girls, but even that's reaching its limit. Stop blaming yourself. We can't do anything about what's already done, Haru. But I wanted to get some kind of redemption. I thought confessing to you would be able to relieve my pain, since you're my best friend. But I don't think it's working. I knew I wouldn't ever be forgiven. Hey, Haru? Yeah, Yuki? I'm sure Kyoko won't blame you. Think about it. Remember what she said. We can push aside all the hard things in life by having fun. Kyoko might have been shocked by the motive, but she tried to overcome it. Knowing her positivity, I'm sure she wouldn't hold grudges against you. Maybe she's having a bit of a laugh, like, Haru, you dummy. How could you mix those up? You're always prone to silly mistakes, aren't you? Ha ha ha. If I was Kyoko, I would be kind of mad, actually. If you really want to make up for your mistake, aim to survive this game. And spread positivity. Just like Kyoka did. You look so awkward and hesitant right now. It's not like you at all. Do you think Kyoka would be happy if she sees you like this? I'd rather have you talk enthusiastically about the girls. Follow Kyoka's example and see the bright side of things, just like you always did. Of course, since I've played the entire game, I know that eventually Haru abandons the goal of trying to survive the game, if he ever had it. I mean, that was Yuki talking, right? Yuki. Of course, we'll never know what Kyoka's real thoughts are. Was I being presumptuous? Yuki, I'm touched. I was right to talk to you. I'll press on with her legacy. Kyoka is dead. She's no longer here. However, on my back, within my heart, she continues to live on. All right, Yuki, let's get back to business and talk about those hotties. Kyoka wouldn't want to see me down. I'm going to act like myself again. Haru can be a bit simple-minded and slow at times, but he's also a good guy who cares a lot about his friends, past or present. Though the guilt might haunt him from time to time, I hope he can smile and move forward from now on. On a different note, I feel happy that Haru came to me for this. That would mean he also accepted me as a real friend. I feel a deep bond with Haruhiko. I can sense that we became close from the bottom of our heart. Following a heated talk with Haru about our ideal dates, I said goodbye to him and left. Okay, Satsuki Iranami number 3. I believe that Iranami stiffed us on the third free time event, so we have to start with our third one. And I don't know why. There isn't anything about the third one that seems like it would need to be delayed, but this is that third one. However, if you manage to get it, however you do, I managed to get it in my playthrough of the original build somehow. No, I didn't. Never mind. I completely lied. No, I didn't. I didn't get through Satsuki's at all. What in the world? Why would I say something so 180 degrees wrong? Okay, no, I've never read this before, even in Korean. Okay. Oh, Yuki, check this out. Practice makes triple back tumbling perfect. Watching Satsuki practice, I never thought I'd end up like this. Well, a man should keep his promise, even if he was tricked into it. Congratulations, wasn't it scary to try that on the floor? No, it's okay. Somehow Yuki just being in the audience is making Satsuki feel energized. Ah, besides that, Yuki's really kind. I didn't know you would actually come. You're the one who dragged me into this. Besides, they say a man should keep his word. I guess I should follow up on my promise, and leaving you alone would make me nervous. Oh, that kind of meddlesome personality. Exactly like my 7th bro. Add that little bland look of yours and ding ding, you really are a carbon copy of him. Is that a compliment? Of course it's a compliment. My 7th bro is my fave and the one Satsuki adores the most. You're closest to your 7th brother, aren't you? Like last time, all you talk about is your 7th brother. Of course. My 7th bro is the only one who cares for me since I was a little girl. He taught me acrobatics and stayed by my side all these years. Huh. What about your parents and other siblings? All my sibs are in constant rivalry. They fight like cat and dog every time, meowing and woof-woofing and stuff. And it's all because our circus rewards members, depending on the audience perception. So, if you do better than your sibs, you get more rewards. No way, but siblings shouldn't have to be so calculative to each other. You guys are still family. They should get along. It's not really possible. My parents are believers of absolute meritocracy, so they only love children who are the best of the best. They gotta make their best child the future ringmaster or something. Didn't I tell you? I'm the worst out of all my family. That means Satsuki gets him as much attention as a particle of, space dust? My parents have sub-zero interest in Satsuki, because my skills are 0 plus 0 equals 0, like abandonment, or perhaps neglect. Gave up on treating me as their child. Whoa, that's harsh. You're part of their family and the youngest one, too. You deserve much better. Oh, it's okay. Everything's fine. My 7th bro raised me and fed me and all, and that's pretty much enough for me. Satsuki's actually in one of the better positions since my siblings are busy keeping each other in check and don't care about me. My 7th bro is has really good skills among my sibs, so he gets a lot of envious attention from them. It's been a while since Satsuki told him goodbye. You can imagine what, sprite she would have for that sniff. Hope he's doing okay. Well, I can't see him right now, so I guess I'll have to think of someone so much like him as consolation. Which is you, Yuki. Though she was just a peculiar girl trying to drag people into her world. I never expected a backstory like this. She talks of it like it's not about her, though. Is this really okay? I walked an innocently smiling Satsuki to her room before parting ways with her. Okay, then we have Satsuki number 4. Yuki, the day has come. It is today. What day? What are you? Duh, the day when you get to see my practice full course. That means Yuki needs to go straight to my room with me, no running away, because you'll probably get caught up soon. Swiftness is a skill every clown should have. Yeah, I guess I can spend some time watching her practice. Let's go. Well, there's no ladies, no welcome gentlemen. It's now time for Tatsuki Iranami's solo circus performance. I guess giving an applause would be the courteous thing to do, right? Half of me wants to cheer for her, but the other half keeps getting worried. I don't want dishes flying my way and nearly scratching my cheeks like last time. First off, I'll spin these hoops with my arm while balancing on a ball. Wow, she's doing better than I thought. Did she practice without me watching? Uh-oh, I just had a feeling that she's gonna She fell off. Ow, it hurts. Are you okay, Satsuki? Did you get hurt? Yuki, are you worried about me? Satsuki is as good as new. It's not the first time this has happened during practice, so I'm used to it. Yuki's really like my 7th brother. When I made mistakes like this, he got worried about me and kissed my injuries to make it better. Do you need me to kiss it better? No, not like that, Yuki. You got some weird interests. You might be like my brother, but you don't have to do everything he does. Sorry. Why am I getting scolded at? But that was like in the text part, like that was shown in the text as something he said for some reason, with the parentheses, even though it's parentheses. I messed up again. Though Satsuki was scouted by Hope's Peak as the super high school level clown, don't you think I'm a terrible clown? Not at all, Satsuki. You were awesome. Of course, it would have been better without that mistake. Nope, it's true. I'm holding a super high school level title, even though I don't deserve it. Just like a flashy SSR card with a bunch of useless skills. I don't know what an SSR card is. I wasn't supposed to know to hold this title, but my parents and siblings sent me to Hope's Peak Academy. They thought an incompetent like me, incompetent, which is how it was in the text file, like me would be nothing more than a burden on the circus. That's why they sent me off to school. Even Satsuki the dumb brain could figure that out. But according to the lore of Trigger Happy Havoc, you can only go to Hope's Peak by means of being scouted, right? You can't send anybody to Hope's Peak. Now, you could argue maybe there was some corruption, right? The parents talked to the ministers of Hope's Peak and got this particular child admitted, but you don't really talk like, it's not supposed to be like that, right? You're only supposed to scout. You can't send your child to Hope's Peak. Satsuki, are you sure you're okay with sharing that kind of story? Yes, I'm okay. So then my seventh bro was the only one who opposed sending me away. He said I needed to remain because I'm part of the family too. But I told him that I'll go. Satsuki's not of much help in the troop anyway. And I wanted to learn many things from school and someday become a super skilled performer. Good thing I can see Yuki here. Looking at your face reminds me of my brother's teachings. Always stay bright and brave, Satsuki. Words carved deeply into my bone. So that's why Satsuki didn't look sad, even with that kind of family history. I feel so thankful for her seventh brother. She wouldn't have become a playful, cheery girl she is now without him. Anyway, Yuki, since my seventh bro isn't here, please be one for me. Oh, you don't have to act like him. Just saying some words of encouragement next to me is fine. Whoa, how am I supposed to be as good as him? You got Satsuki's approval stamp, Yuki Maeda. I hereby name you the King of Kindness, because I feel like my seventh bro is right next to me, just with you watching and cheering for me. That means Yuki's as reliable as my brother, Keisuke. So that's the name of the character you would use in like Ultra Despair Girls like spin-off of this. You know, like Yuta Asahina, you will meet Keisuke. Satsuki, although having been left out in the cold by her family, grew to be a sprightly girl with the help and care of her seventh brother. I hope that she can keep staying cheerful like this. She might be a tad too energetic sometimes, but it's that bright energy which she brings that overpowers any dark thoughts. I feel a deep bond with that Satsuki. I can sense that we became close from the bottom of our heart. So, can I call you Keisuke Maeda after my seventh bro's name? Just Yuki's fine. I said goodbye to an innocently smiling Satsuki and parted with her. Okay, then we have Kinjo. Kinjo number 4, let's see. And also he has a number 5. Yuki, are you fine with spending time with me? What do you mean? I told you that story last time, and how it's fairly evident that everyone sees me as a tyrant. Not that I care, though. No need to worry about that. People can find it hard to agree with your logic, but that's just one aspect of you as a person. I'm sure you have plenty of others. I won't hesitate to sacrifice a few people with that regard for their relationship to me, if that will save many others. Even if you try to be my best friend, you might end up in those few. So, when I was doing these free time events in the actual game, I got confused and was like, wait. Kyujo thinks like this? I thought he got, like, taken off guard by Kinji thinking like this, and I forgot, that's exactly the point, right? Kiji applied this idea that sometimes you need to sacrifice the few for the needs of the many, and that's all I was doing. It just so happened that in my means of doing that involved committing a murder, and that messed up Kinjo's brain a whole bunch. That makes sense now. For some reason I was all confused, and I don't know why I was confused. Continuing on. Hey, I can't say anything more if you want to be that straightforward. But if you're trying to keep us as safe as you can, right? Isn't that what you really want? There's no if in there. You know what I meant. Yes, truly I want it from my heart. The police serve to protect people from danger after all. I don't want to sacrifice anyone either. Abandoning one thing for another should be a last resort. In a perfect world, I would be able to protect everyone at no cost. But that's not the world we live in. To protect one thing, we must give up on another. That's why my dream is to be a policeman that can bring my vision of a perfect world into reality. That would make the world a much better place to live. Yeah. If I can continue to keep everyone safe, and word of my fervor spreads even to criminals, someday people will cease to commit crime. But I'm too far away from that dream right now. There's nothing I can do on my own, and I can't protect everyone without making sacrifices. I'm still dwelling on those rules I established for that specific purpose. But it was the best I could do. It had to be done. Even your reconstruction that split the whole group apart? I'm a normal person with no special talent, so I believe you know better than me when it comes to these issues. But are you sure that this is really for the best? A large group is already hard to control. You know that, right? It only becomes more difficult with those who aren't willing to cooperate. Tsurugi, can't you follow your own judgment rather than sticking to a fixed set of beliefs? That's impossible. This is not child's play. If anything goes wrong, innocent lives will be lost. You can't trust yourself? It is the opposite. I trust myself too much. And for that reason, my actions should be determined solely by those beliefs, to never repeat that same mistake again. What mistake? Nothing. It's not something I would be proud to tell others. Tsurugi, are we friends? Maybe not friends, but classmates? Yeah, I wouldn't call this a normal school year, but we are still classmates. You said your goal is to protect everyone, but have you ever thought this way? Maybe you're blinding yourself with that goal, and because of it, you're turning yourself against those you swore to protect. What do you mean by that? I don't want to be too nosy, but if you really want to protect everyone, have some more trust in us. Sorry, that's all I can say right now, but I still think of you as my friend. I'm sure all the others think the same. While I'm thankful that you're trying to protect us, I think living up to your expectation is equally important. I can't quite put it precisely in words. Okay, Yuki, I'll think about it. I feel a little tired, so I need to get some rest in my room. Okay, go rest. Why did I talk too much? I tried to get him to open up to us, but it doesn't seem to have worked. I'm sure we will become closer friends if he could just let go of that way of thinking. I walked with Tsurugi to his room before bidding him goodbye. And of course, that refers to the rules that Tsurugi made, so this wouldn't make sense until you read it after the beginning of Chapter 2. But you wouldn't read this until the beginning of Chapter 2 because you can only do three free time events total in Chapter 1. So the fourth one of any character you would not be able to get to. Okay, Tsurugi number 5. Yuki, do you have some spare time? Yeah, what's the matter, Tsurugi? I have something I want to tell you, and you only. I don't want anyone else to hear this, so we should go find a quiet place. Actually, would you mind coming to my room? Your room? Sure, I don't mind. Please come, I will be waiting for you there. Why did Tsurugi suddenly invite me to his room? He looks like he has something serious to talk about, though that's what he always looks like. Well, let's go and find out. Thank you for coming. Wow, is this your room? It looks a bit terrifying. Look at those prison bars, and what about the police car and the guns? Yeah, I was surprised when I first saw them too. They're just replicas. They don't function, and they're stuck to the floor. I suppose they're part of the room's structure. Monokuma sure has a bad taste. Anyway, what did you want to tell me? Oh, right. So you told me last time that I should try to open up more to you all. I've contemplated it since then, and I simply can't do it. I'm sorry. But why? It shouldn't be impossible if you're just willing to do it. Yuki, do you remember when I told you I didn't have any friends? Technically, that statement isn't true. There is just one person I could have called a friend. Who's that person? His name was Kohei. He was also in the police, and nearly on the same level as me. No, he was better. I had connections with the police through my father, but Kohei earned the respect of many officers just by his competence. But aren't you the one enrolled here as the super high school level police officer? Yes, because he's not alive anymore. Huh? I killed him. I killed Kohei. Tsurugi's body was trembling as he spoke, which was unusual for his always level-headed personality. And did he say he killed his own friend? What is he talking about? Because we were evenly capable and clicked with each other very well. We were almost like best friends. There were many cases the two of us worked together to solve. Kohei and I had a great amount of confidence in each other. Kohei especially. He even trusted me more than his own family. One day, we had to report a bomb threat in a corporate headquarters building. We had a report of a bomb threat in a corporate headquarters building. Both of us headed to the scene, as per usual. The suspects fought back fiercely, so Kohei took the role of neutralizing the bomb, while the rest of the team and I were engaged in a shootout. I was the one normally responsible for that job, but the situation didn't allow it, so he asked me for help over the radio to tell him what he needed to do. He gave me an overall description of the bomb, and I immediately told him which lines need to be cut and how to dispose of it. I was full of confidence back then. I thought it was a typical bomb. That's why I was so impetuous, not even seriously thinking about my reply. I was wrong. That bomb was modified. The suspect set it up as a trap. I had given him the wrong instructions. But Kohei, he trusted that I would tell him the right thing. And he got caught in the explosion because of me. I betrayed his trust. Ever since then, I don't make any friends. Not that I had the time to make one, but I know by heart that too much trust in a relationship can bring about. What too much trust in a relationship can bring about. That's why I don't want you to have too much trust in me. I don't deserve to be trusted by anyone. Do you understand now, Yuki? That was everything I wanted to tell you. Tsurugi, if you're afraid of being trusted, why did you tell me about this? What? Somewhere deep inside your mind, you wanted me to come and listen to your story, even though it meant delving into a painful memory. Tsurugi, I've been curious to ask since you invited me to your room. What do you think of me? I don't think you would have this kind of conversation with just anyone, you know. Yuki, me telling you about this, I don't know. Why did I feel like telling this to no one else but you? Tsurugi, I don't care about what others say, nor about what you think. I trust you. I believe in you. I want to believe in my trust. So can't you please trust us too? Not yet. I've done terribly wrong things. But Yuki, if it's to you, I think I could open up my mind to you someday. That must be why you are the only one I'm having this conversation with. Right now, I have an obligation to protect everyone here. Monokuma might try to set off a death trap at any time. So, when everything's done, I'll give you a proper response regarding my feelings. Will you wait for me until then, Yuki? Of course, Tsurugi. I know you'll be able to change, one step at a time. Of course I can. If that day ever comes, well, I'll look forward to it. A person can't change that fast, I know that, but someday in the future, Tsurugi will be able to openly express his feelings to me, and to everyone. I'm sure of it. I feel a deep bond with Tsurugi. I can sense that we became close from the bottom of my heart. I talked with Tsurugi a bit more before leaving the room. And what's surprising about that is that there isn't like a Batman story, right? There isn't a specific crime that someone committed against Tsurugi or killed his parents or something that turned him this way. He seemed to just have a father who was a policeman, and he was just following in his father's footsteps. And the passion for it just existed by itself, without motivation caused by some particular crime. Okay, so this is Ayame's fourth one, according to my count of the free time events in the LDB file. I will say, though, that reading it gave me deja vu. But I didn't never do Hatano's free time events in any of my playthroughs. And so I don't know how I would have got to the fourth one to read stuff in it before. So I don't know. It does sound like I remember like hearing her talk about a hamstring at some point in some free time event. Whatever, I'll just read it. Another tiring yet rewarding session. How are you feeling, Ayame? Ayame? Yeah, what'd you say, Yuki? Blanking out already? It's only been an hour. We were gonna rest a little and do some dumbbell lifting afterwards. You're right, but let's call it a day, Yuki. What, you're wrapping up training already? Is something wrong? Well, you see, I have a problem, but it's nothing that you should be concerned about. Not my concern. I get you're an athlete and all, but you look sick. Are you okay? I said it's none of your business! Sorry. I did not mean to get enraged. My apologies. You don't have to apologize for getting angry. Instead, you should apologize about saying that I shouldn't be concerned. You are my friend, Ayame. When a friend refuses my help, despite clearly being troubled by something, to me, feeling incapable of helping my friend is more upsetting than being shouted at. I see. I was inconsiderate. I will tell you. No, please, let me tell you. Please do. What happened to you? Not only did you finish exercise early, but you were so uncharacteristically angry. You see, I have had a slight pain in my hamstring recently. What's a hamstring? Simply put, it is a large tendon found in the back of your thigh. It's responsible for acceleration and deceleration while running. Which might be a translation issue or something, or terminology in Korean. The hamstring, at least to an American English speaker, refers to one of 4 muscles, which each one having their corresponding origin and insertion, which would be tendons. Then on the back of your thigh, that perform 2 functions. One is deflection, and the other is hip extension. And then some of them, because they have like origins in the pelvis and insertions down at the tibia, or vice versa. I forgot which is the origin, which is the insertion. But because there's 4, and those 4 are in 2 groupings of 2. One grouping kind of does more of a hip extension, and the other grouping does more of a knee flexion. To get pure knee flexion, you of course lock in your hip extension with something like your abs. And yes, you do use that when you run somewhat, so it's kind of important. But we wouldn't use the term hamstring to refer to the tendons. We would use it to refer to the muscles. Wait a second, that means, indeed, I have a problem with the muscle equal to my athletic career. Then, isn't it strange? You're running well till now. Yuki, I will tell you tell you this. I will tell this to you only. I've actually injured my hamstring once in the past. Huh? My intense training style was the cause. Although an emergency surgery barely salvaged my leg, the surgeon firmly told me to never overexert myself ever again. Even so, you still practiced with an existing injury until now? No, you can't. You might get hurt to a point of no return. I know. However, I cannot stop now. Time waits for nobody. Even now, somewhere across the world, I am being overtaken by another athlete. To fulfill my dream, I believe that you have to make calculated risks. I will not let this trivial injury impede me. Ayame, you idiot! Yuki? Do you think achieving your dream is everything you have? You might become permanently incapable of running, or crippled for life. Should you give up your happiness in exchange for your dream? I support your dream. If you become an Olympic gold medalist, I'd be more than glad to celebrate your achievement and be happy for you. But if you lose everything in exchange, I'll stop supporting your dream. You're more than your dream, isn't that right? Yuki? Maybe I am being really presumptuous, but this is what I believe. No, you are correct. Perhaps I was blindly pursuing my ideals. Sorry for making you worried. From now on, I will cease my recklessness. Ayame? I know when to stop. I may have been too reckless recently. I stopped today's training prematurely because of the reoccurring hamstring pain. It's not just for today. Don't overstrain your muscle from now on. Huh? Did I say something funny? Yuki, you sounded like my coach. Like I said, I know that was very presumptuous. You shouldn't be worried. I shan't stop running, as long as I have a coach in my heart. Huh? I couldn't hear you just then. What'd you say? It's absolutely nothing. Now, shall we stop our training and instead start planning for a healthy diet plan? Come, Yuki, onwards to the cafeteria. Well, wait a second, please. Ayame certainly appears to have found some, and then this should be thought. Ayame certainly appears to have found serenity somewhere down in her heart. I'm glad that my words helped her feel better. I ate nutritious food with Ayame, then parted ways. Okay, Ayame Hitano number 5. She actually has a 5th one. Hey, Yuki. Huh? Did you call me? If you're going to ask me to do another calisthenics stretching, please stop. I want to die. I want to die now. No, it is entirely something else. You see... Is Ayame hesitating? That's weird. Did something happen to her? No way. Is your leg hurting again? Nothing like that. Damn, I hate brooding over this. I have something to say, so come to my room. What? I am being cautious not to let anyone else hear us. Don't take it the wrong way. I won't do anything strange. Then, I will be waiting for you. Like, Ayame is aware that she may have done the last free time event of a couple other characters by now. What's going on? Ayame looked a little disoriented. Well, I might have read, I have no idea what's happening. Okay. What's going on? Ayame looked a little disoriented. Regardless, I was invited into a girl's room. Is it all right to go? Well, she did say she would be waiting. I have to go. She may kick at full strength if I back out after all that commotion. I don't know what's going on, but I decided to visit Ayame's room anyway. I was waiting, Yuki. Yep, yeah, so why did you call me to your room? Didn't you ask me before whether I was interested in feminine things? You led me to think about it, and I have come to a conclusion that I must know more about men to understand femininity. Huh? I don't have anyone to ask about this apart from you. I can't ask other girls, and I'm not so close with other guys either. So Yuki, teach me more about men. What? Do you realize what you're saying? What are you talking about? To be more feminine is akin to seducing the opposite sex, like what pheromones do. Am I not right? Yeah, everyone's talking about pheromones like they exist, and like never has there ever been identified a specific chemical compound secreted by human beings that we can classify as a pheromone. Like we have not, the human pheromone has not been found, but everybody talks like it is. I don't know why. Unfortunately, I am not too bright in this area, which means I need to know more about men. Like pheromones? Way too radical. But Ayame isn't joking around either. Is she completely naive to this? And now, Yuki, tell me everything about men. Ayame, to make it completely clear, it may sound slightly inappropriate. But I truly know nothing about men. Am I asking too much? Well, it's nothing like that. What I mean is what you said. It sounds like you're trying to imply you want to have an experience. An experience? What experience? How confusing. Oh no, this lady is completely innocent, a blank page of purity. Anyway, I thought you put that kind of thing aside to achieve your dream. Why did you change your mind so abruptly? That is, I have no idea. I keep thinking abnormally when I see you. Why is it so? However, rather than sweating and exercising, I want to be more elegant and calm around you. Such thoughts are foreign to me. Huh? That means... Well, what kind of nonsense am I jittering? Yuki, since you are a man, wouldn't you prefer a woman like that? Ayame, although I can't speak for all men, I think a woman's charming qualities are dynamic. All men have preferences. There are guys who dislike the quiet type of girl you describe. Is that so? Then, how about you? Huh? Yuki, what kind of girl do you like? Hey, that's the way too sudden, Ayame. Enough! Forget everything I have said in this room. This is not me. Ayame? I'm sorry, Yuki. I said some nonsense. This wasn't why I wanted to speak to you. What should I say? It's an enigmatic emotion. Without a doubt, I am sure of one thing. You are my precious friend. You are mine too, Ayame. But it was in a thought, not a speech. As I was about to say it, my lips froze. The instant Ayame made a soft smile on her face, I was dazzled by her shining brighter than she ever had before. I feel a deep bond with Ayame. I can sense that we have become close from the bottom of our heart. I left Ayame's room after awkwardly saying goodbye to her. I will not have time to finish this today. So I'll actually have to do this in 2 recording sessions and splice them together. So what will come up next is a splice. I am back almost a whole week later. It's been 6 days, and we're going to pick up here where I left off, starting with Teruya Otori's free time event number 4, of which I believe he only has 4 total. Yep, okay. Yuki, I got something to tell you. What is it? Making trendy items with me? How'd you know? You're a real smarty. What else would it be? Then let's go and make some things with you as the test subject. I'm a guinea pig. One hell of a guinea pig. Come on to my place, Yuki. Teruya's innocent smile felt cheeky as ever, but since I wanted to see how his room looked like, I followed suit. Is this Teruya's room? There's a lot of things cluttered here. I guess it's fitting for the super high school level merchant. Now, Yuki, shall we begin? Yeah, do whatever you're gonna do, Teruya. I don't care anymore. Let's just give up and deal with it. Teruya took some measurements from my body and then began sketching something on paper. I looked to see that it was a design of some kind of clothing. Sure enough, this new design looked as bizarre and outlandish as his previous ones. What you think of it, Yuki? Doesn't it look too flashy? Nah, that's no issue. The trend these days is to dress up to express yourself. The more unique, the better. Ordinary designs would have no value. But that's more like being excessive than unique. We're not on a Hawaiian vacation, you know. What kind of school would make that a uniform? No worries, no worries. Schools these days are pretty tolerant of fashionable kids. Don't you go naysaying for weird reasons like that. See, wouldn't this be ideal as a summer uniform? It would make you feel right at the beach even while you're studying. Pops has always praised me for my artistic sense. Can't you feel it too? I swear, I'll drop out of school without hesitation if they even accept that horror as the new uniform. I can't help thinking of Papa when I'm like this. Your father? Why? 'Tis what I did with Papa when I was a young lad, and even after I grew up, the two of us continued to come up and work with new ideas for products. I wrote it all down on paper like I'm doing now, always seeking advice from Papa, of course. My talent as a merchant all came from his teaching. Wow, you never cease to talk about your father. You must be holding him in a very high esteem. Of course I do. Pops really is the greatest. In fact, 'tis my first time working with someone other than Papa, and you don't bring just anyone into these sessions. That would be like leaking my product secrets. Huh? Really? Am I okay to be here then? All's fine. You're special. I can trust you, Yuki. I don't think you'll ever betray me. I believe in you to help me out till the end of all things. I'm glad that you trust me, but should you be a bit cautious? Not that I'm going to stab you in the back, but I can't hurt to be safe. I'm speaking the truth. Aren't you my friend? Papa once told me that love and friendship aren't things to be judged based on pros and cons. Since you're my friend, Yuki, I'll trust you. Since yet you should trust me too, because you know who I am? I'm Teruya Otori, the future owner of retail giant Otori Mart. Teruya really likes his father, although it gave the impression that he's like a daddy's boy. I can understand his admiration for his father's lessons that brought him to where he is now. After seeing Teruya open his heart to me, I began to hope that he would truly succeed as a merchant later in life. I feel a deep bond with Teruya. I can sense that we became close from the bottom of our heart. Teruya and I had a pleasant time discussing ideas for products before we parted. Okay, next on the list in the file was Kizuna Tomori. I'm going to skip Kizuna Tomori and come back to her at the end. So we'll get there. I will read hers, just have to skip. And it's not yet. Because I feel like I'm going to end up like talking about it afterwards, and I don't want too much commentary intermixed because probably the viewer doesn't want that. Like, this might be their only way of reading these, so it's not, but they may feel like it. So I'm going to give continuous blocks of the actual free time events. Okay, Rei Mikaru number 4. Hey, Mikaru. Mikaru. Hey, Mikaru, why are you ignoring me? Why do you keep talking to me? I told you my stories last time you asked. So you should mind your own business now. That's right, I don't have anything to say for you. For one thing, the leagues that you and I play in are as far apart as the Earth and the Andromeda Galaxy. Originally, there shouldn't have even been a chance of you speaking to me, let alone becoming friends. Useless, just give up speaking to me and go play with the other kids. There are lots out there. But I can't differentiate you. Oh, please, please do. Are you aware of how much time I wasted because of you since last time? It's because I'm incompetent, right? What? You're not associating with me or all the others because we are not as competent as you are? Bravo, how astute of you. Now turn around and leave. Then, maybe not now, but someday, if I rise to be on your level, Mekaru, will you be friends with me? If that ever happens, then I'll acknowledge you. If that's even possible, that is. Go ahead and try. If you have the resolve and the audacity and use them to rise up to my level, I will surely become friends or whatever with you. Yes, although it may be difficult at present, a day like that might come. But for now, I think this is the closest I can get to Mikaru. What are you so satisfied with? You're way too incompetent now. What I meant was that there is no way, till then, that I become friends with you. So you should get out of my sight at once. Such a weird guy. But anyway, it'll be quite entertaining to watch you struggle to become my friend. Keep trying, I guess. Mikaru turned and left as always, leaving behind a comment that felt like half encouragement, half mockery. Oh, great. Being a top student in the school just won't be enough to become friends with her. Still, I think I was able to learn as much as I could about Mikaru, about her past and her vows. Let's look forward to the day where I rise to stand on the same level as her. I stood there for a moment, smiling faintly at the thought. Then, got on my way. Okay, so what's this comment here? So, let me see if I can get at this. In the LDB file, there's actually a section that's labeled Mikaru's Chapter 5 of it. Yeah, Ray Chapter 5. However, the actual text of these free time events, labeled as Ray Chapter 5, appears to be, at a slightly greater than brief glance, identical to those of the previous block that were just Ray in general. Now, the developers of the Chapter 1 demo build, they did not translate Kisaragi's free time events. So that suggests that they might have also just not translated Ray's Chapter 5, Ray Chapter 5 free time events. And the reason why they're identical is they just kind of copied and pasted because they wanted to avoid a syntax error or something. So maybe, I don't know if I'll do it or not, I should go and check in the original build whether or not there are new free time events with Ray in Chapter 5. I believe in the original build, I did actually get through all of Ray's before Chapter 5. And in Chapter 5, I talked almost exclusively to Kisaragi. I think I talked to Otori once or something. But it was mostly Kisaragi. I did not talk to Ray. So I could maybe get new Ray free time events if I did talk to Ray in Chapter 5 instead. If I have a save file I could bounce off of to do that. But there was no English translation of more free time events for Ray in the code. The other thing that kind of suggests there might be more free time events for Ray is we didn't get those words at the end of Ray's fourth free time event like we would get from other characters. Like, I feel a deep bond with so-and-so from the bottom of our heart. Right? We didn't hear that with Ray, so maybe there's more Ray. Or it might just be a unique thing about her character. You just cannot bond with her because she's above that, which would make sense too. And I would actually like that. Okay, Kakero Yamaguchi, number 4. Yuki, I've got something to say. So about, oh no, I can't bring myself to do it here. Can we go somewhere else to talk? I prefer if we're just the two of us. Oh right, how about we go into my room? That should work. That's a surprise. You inviting someone to your room isn't something we get to see every day. So Yuki, please come by. Kakero appears to be quite nervous. I wonder if something happened. I decided to visit Kakero's room for the time being. Wow. Thanks for coming, Yuki. There was something I wanted to ask, but I think I might have been ridiculed if someone heard me. That's why I advised you to my room. I can't let anyone but you know about my questions. Alright, so what's keeping you up at night? It's an extension of our previous talk. Yuki, you're able to execute conversations flawlessly with our schoolmates. How are you managing to talk so competently in your daily life? How? I just talk. I don't use any particular tricks. Really? Wow, I envy your sociability, how you seamlessly mingle with other schoolmates. It's nothing special, Kakaro. You could do it too, just treat others comfortably as friends. It's not easy to make proper friends when my face scares others away. Do not mention my stuttering. I want to learn how to speak normally like you, Yuki. I don't want this awkward stuttering to bother me forever. So, Yuki, do you mind teaching me how I can start to be more sociable? I don't think I'm qualified. I really don't think too hard when I talk. Maybe if you were to introduce a routine to help your social skills? Actually, wait. I have an idea. Let's test it out. This is a court, and I am your opposition, a prosecutor. If you act your daily life out as in a legal battle, you might become an expert at speaking. Will that kind of practice work? It'll make me feel borderline workaholic. But don't you want to fix your stuttering? It's well worth a go. If you can speak naturally without stuttering, it'll become way easier to make friends. We'll never know the results, both good and bad, but if you never try it, right? Right, I agree. Now, I'm going to try, Yuki. Help me out. Chant a spell out for me, so I can concentrate. Kakaro closed his eyes tightly. He looked really sincere. Kakaro thinks he needs my help to uproot his introverted nature. Kakaro, you are a lawyer. I am a prosecutor, and we are in court. You're a lawyer. I'm a prosecutor. We're in court. You're a lawyer. I'm a prosecutor. It's working. Just a little more. You're a lawyer. I'm a prosecutor. We're in court. You're a lawyer. I'm a prosecutor. We're in court. Gah! Shut your mouth, Yuki! Look at me! I'm not stuttering! I can do it too! My ears, what the heck? He's the one who asked for a spell in the first place. Well, I managed to successfully drag his inner persona out. But this is too much of a transformation. His overwhelming energy was so strong, I couldn't help but stagger backward and trip over. Yo, grow a pair, Yuki! Why the heck are you down on your ass? Stand up now! Kakaro grabbed my shoulders and began to shake them up and down. Stop it. Stop it. I'm feeling dizzy. I might throw up. Okay, before I do this line, I better pause and make sure I have a good opportunity to do it. Okay, going ahead. Yes! This is my court, and I am the lawyer. Yes, I am not a stuttering dumbass anymore. Yuki, snap out of it, you gutless bastard! But thanks to you, I have stopped stuttering. For that, you have my gratitude. Alright, I will talk to the other guys in my current form. I will prove to them it's possible to have normal conversations with me. Thanks, Yuki. You are indeed my best friend. Someone I trust the most. Kakaro, wait for me. Damn, he didn't even listen to me. Wherever he ran off to, there's definitely going to be trouble. How did he even suddenly turn from a stuttering introvert to a dramatically passionate jock? Is a change in mindset enough for such a turnabout? Haha, turnabout. Maybe it's a case of dual personality. Okay, I should compose myself. My head might be ringing, but it's great that Kakaro has found confidence. However, his current persona might be difficult for other reasons. He said at the end that I'm his best friend and someone he trusts the most. Does this mean Kakaro measures me as a friend? I feel a deep bond with Kakaro. I can sense that we became close from the bottom of our heart. It feels awkward to be here alone. I have to get moving. Okay, lastly, Tomori. So, let's read this. Oh my goodness, it's long. So first there is a piece of red text that goes by so fast it's really hard to see. in the game, but when you look at the text of the free time events in the code, you can obviously see it. So the fast text is, darn it, he's so mediocre. I could still try to get close to him, I guess. I can rip him off and abandon him later. Okay. Tomori number 4. Yuki? Yeah. Since the talk last time, we've been quite awkward near each other. Come to my room. Your room? It's because I need to tell you something. So stop complaining and come. What the heck? She didn't even ask for my opinion. Oh well, let's see what she needs to say. Hey, I'm here. What'd you call me for? Instead of answering the question, Kizuna slowly approached me. Then she pushed me down on her bed. Wait, what? What are you doing, Kizuna? Stop. Oh, it's a God's name in vain. Stop. Seriously, why are you taking off my clothes? Shut up. Stop struggling and take them off. Now. This is gonna cause trouble. Calm down, Kizuna. Why are you suddenly like this? Why? Am I like this? It's all because of you. No man I've ever seen has been as defiant as you. From gang leader to teacher's pet, I've put them all under my rule. And yet you, a normie like you, brushes me off like I'm nothing to care about. Fine. I'll show you. I'll conquer you with my own body, and you'll never think of defying me again. Clothes off. Now. Stop, Kizuna. Monokuma said this kind of relationship is not allowed, and this isn't like you. Not like me? Maybe you're right. This isn't like me. I wouldn't waste my body on a normal guy when every man on the street bows to me whenever I pass by. That's not what I meant, but okay. Was it because of what I said last time? Back then I might have been too harsh on you. I'm sorry. I just wanted to tell you that humans can never live alone. Having bodyguards that move on your whim, being able to get all you want, those might feel great now, but they don't last forever. Your bodyguards will eventually grow up and leave your squad, and so will you. You don't think your beauty will stay the same as you age, do you? Looks aren't all it takes to survive in life, though I'm sure you'll find a way to succeed with your professional cheerleading skills. But it feels wrong. I've never met a man that didn't like me, until now. Your existence itself feels like an insult to me. Of course, I think you're pretty too. Heck, I don't even feel like I deserve you since I got in here out of pure luck. But the guys that follow you around are doing it because they like you. Okay, there's no not in there, I guess. They're willing to give you everything, but you're not paying them back. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, no typos. That's what I don't like. They like me? Yeah, as if they do. Huh? The only part of me they like is my looks. I know that too. Who'd really give everything to a girl like me? You're pretending to be concerned for me, but really you're just disgusted at my true colors. That's implied but not said true. No. It's the same for every man I met. They didn't care about who I am, as long as I looked hot. You don't know how much stress I've gone through because of that. So I decided to defend myself by using my appearance against them. Isn't it funny? I have a whole crowd of men hailing my every action, yet I'm without a boyfriend. Or even a friend. All those men will think it's okay that I act as if they can just be with a pretty girl. That's why I think of men as my servants. If I look weak, I'll be played for a fool. I've lied and pulled off acts that make it this far, but if they spot even the slightest weakness in me, that's what I'm really scared of. I see, at first her obnoxious way of thinking led me to believe she was just another arrogant girl. But as I vaguely felt last time, Kizuna's personality was influenced by her surroundings. Men came to her for her looks. Even though she tried to treat them nicely, they didn't care for her as a person. The idea that good looks are everything, that is the sort of environment that created Kizuna's twisted personality. I feel like I've gone back to my old days when I'm with you, or any of the other guys. Hope Speak Academy's a strange place. Why am I crying? Kizuna, have you ever shown others your true feelings? True feelings? Those who fall for you because of your looks probably don't see the real you. And when you try to tell them your true thoughts, you hesitate because you're afraid of yourself. The world is large. There are plenty of men and women living out there. I'm sure you'll find someone who's able to love you with their heart. And if you can't find them on your own, I'll help you. So please don't say that all men are your servants, or that your looks can solve everything. Yuki, I think I already found them, huh? He's standing right here in front of me, huh? Pfft. Just kidding. Why would I fall for a perfectly mediocre guy like you? Hello, you literally tried to get me laid a moment ago. Anyway, Kizuna seemed to feel more relieved. I might have been too stubborn up until now, searching for true love. That's not too bad. Well then, you help me out on this, okay? Well, I promised it. That she'll do anything, right? You know, I could really use a new handbag when we get out. To find my true love, of course. Kizuna, you... Although Kizuna's words haven't changed from before, her face was clearly different. Given her life as a queen bee, I don't think she'll change anytime soon. But if today becomes a turning point for her to get better, I couldn't be happier. We were sort of in a cold war with each other, but we somehow made up in the end. And yet she's still calling me by that nickname, even after I called her out. I thought she dropped the act. Does that mean we became close? Yeah. I could sense that her tone has gotten somewhat softer as opposed to how she called me before. I think I was able to peek into Kizuna's mind a bit. I was able to learn a little more about Kizuna today. It was worth the time. I feel a deep bond with Kizuna. I can sense that we became close from the bottom of our heart. As Kizuna seemed to feel much better, I said my goodbyes and left the room. So that should be all of them except for Kisaragi's, of course, because Kiz wasn't translated. And potentially, I don't know, alternate free time events for Rei in Chapter 5. Cool. Yeah, Kizuna's last one seems like it kind of takes a kind of like a forced left turn right in the middle. Well, the whole thing is like not very good literature, but it's a bit of a butt coupling of two ideas. Oh well. If you watched all that, thank you for watching that. And, cool. I might post like this as this transcript in the comments. Just so that like you don't have to watch the video if you don't want to, if you don't like my voice. Of course, if this is at the end of the video, so at this point you've already watched it, or skipped to the end or whatever.